People say you never really know the person you married. I used to think that was just something bitter people said after a divorce. I was wrong. My husband, Daniel, had been planning his guy's trip for weeks. 3 days, no phones, just clearing his head, he said. I didn't argue. I rarely did anymore. Life had taught me to save my energy, especially since our daughter Lena hadn't walked in 6 years. She was 8 when the accident happened. A fall down the stairs. One terrible moment that split our lives into before and after. Doctors said her spinal injury was severe. Permanent, they said gently, like that word wouldn't echo forever in my head. Since then, Lena used a wheelchair, physical therapy, endless appointments, hope that slowly learned how to sit quietly in a corner and not speak unless spoken to. Daniel changed after that. He became distant, quiet, always working late, always tired, always somewhere else even when he was home. The morning he left, he barely looked at Lena. I'll be back Sunday night, he said, grabbing his bag. He kissed my cheek, not her forehead. I noticed. I always noticed. His car rolled out of the driveway at exactly 9:17 a.m., and that's when everything broke. I was in the kitchen pouring myself coffee, black, shaking hands, same routine. Lena was in the living room where she always sat facing the window, humming softly to herself. Then I heard it. Not a crash, not a scream. Footsteps, slow, careful, bare feet against hardwood. My heart stuttered. Lena, I called, already knowing how impossible this was. She appeared in the doorway, standing, not holding on to anything, not trembling, just standing. Her legs I had carried, stretched, massaged for years, were holding her upright like they'd never forgotten how. She looked older somehow, sharper. Her eyes weren't wide with excitement, they were terrified. "Mom," she whispered, her voice low and urgent. "We need to leave this house now." The mug slipped from my fingers and shattered on the floor. "What? What are you doing?" I gasped. "Lena, how are you?" "There's no time," she said, taking a step toward me. "A step." I stumbled backward. "You're not supposed to be able to—" "I know," she cut in. He thought so too. My stomach turned cold. "He?" I asked. Her eyes flicked toward the driveway, toward the road Daniel had just driven down. "Mom," she said, grabbing my wrist. Her grip was strong, stronger than it had ever been. "He was never going on a trip." A sound came from the garage, a soft mechanical click. My blood turned to ice. I dropped my coffee and ran to the garage, instinct taking over. I yanked the door open. Daniel's car was gone, but the garage light was on, and the freezer was humming. I stared at it, confused. We never used that freezer. Daniel insisted it was for storage, but I wasn't allowed to touch it. Lena stood beside me now, on her own 2 feet. "He told me if I ever walked again," she whispered, "he'd make sure you never found out." My ears rang. "Found out what?" She walked to the freezer and placed her hand on it. "There are cameras in this house," she said. "Hidden ones. He watches everything, except today." "Why today?" She looked up at me. "Because I wasn't supposed to walk today." The freezer door creaked open. Inside were folders, USB drives, photos, and a wheelchair, not Lena's. A newer one. Unused. Clean. "This one was for you," Lena said softly. My knees gave out. She told me everything then. How Daniel had known she could walk again almost a year ago. How physical therapy had worked. But he made her pretend it hadn't. He threatened her. Told her I'd be taken away if anyone found out. Told her he'd make sure I had an accident. He wanted sympathy, donations, attention, control. He wanted a story. "And the trip?" I asked, barely breathing. "He's coming back tonight," she said, "with people." That's when I understood. We weren't victims of neglect. We were props. I grabbed my keys, my phone, whatever I could carry. Lena moved fast, confidently, like her body had been waiting for permission all along. We didn't go to the police, not yet. We went somewhere safer. Sunday night, my phone buzzed. A message from Daniel. "Where are you?" I typed back with shaking fingers, taking Lena for a walk. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then my phone rang. I didn't answer. The next morning his face was on the news. Missing. His car was found abandoned near the same road he'd driven down that morning. No sign of him. People ask me how Lena walks now. They call it a miracle. I smile and nod. Because the truth, she didn't start walking that day. She started running. And sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet and my daughter sleeps peacefully upstairs, I wonder if she was ever really the one who needed saving, or if she had been waiting for the right moment to save me. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories.